Hello friends, those back pages here. I hope you're well. As you can tell by the title of tonight's episode, this is an open letter to Josh Luber and Fanatics. I've always told you guys to make content. I've always told you not to make content just for the sake of making content, so I guess that's kind of why I've been relatively absent, amongst other things. But during my walk today, I stopped by Target. I stop by occasionally now, not like in the old days of the hobby where I would stop by pretty much every day of the week. But, you know, nowadays, 99 times out of 100 times I stop by Target and there are no cards. But today, there were cards. There was exactly one blaster of Topps Chrome 21 and 6 of these. The 21 Topps Update blaster. In the old days, you would have seen in this video 1 of these and 6 of these. Not anymore. 1 is enough for me. Wasn't even going to buy this because now it costs, SRP is 30, SRP on this is still 20. I was definitely going to buy this. There's never going to be a time in my life that I'm not going to buy a flagship, Topps flagship blaster. Or they didn't have any hangers, they didn't have any fat packs or loose packs. Typically, annually, I will buy at least 1 of each format in the retail format because there are no hobby shops around me. Josh, if that's something you can solve and get more hobby shops here out on Long Island at least, fantastic. All for it. At the end of the day, you're going to do what you're going to do. As a collector who's closer to 60 than 40, I guess it really doesn't matter, but you know, this is my opinion. I've been doing this collecting thing for a long time. I've collected many things over the last 4 decades. I continue to evolve as a collector and expand my horizons. As I like to call myself, I am a jack of all trades and a master of none. But my main focus is graded rookie cards. I have people ask, "Hey Eric, what do you collect?" Graded rookie cards. That's my default generic answer. And I have been on this focus since 2005, so quite a while. I've seen the ups and the downs of grading. I know all about it. That's debatable in person or whatnot. That's fine. But, you know, I just want to give a visual of a little stuff over the years as far as sports card goes. And this you might know, you might not know. Maybe you'll learn something. If you do, fantastic, because I'm a big fan of learning. I honestly try to learn something new, hobby related, every day. Because it brings me joy. You know, I can only speak for myself in these types of things, but the hobby on more than one occasion has saved me. And you can interpret that in many ways, and they're probably pretty much all true. So, back in 1951, we'll start with baseball, but we're going to cover the 4 main sports, no soccer, for this video. But in 1951, Bowman, which was around for a few years before, but you know, we can only show so much on the video. You know, they had Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays' rookie card in their set. Topps was making game cards in 1951, so that doesn't really count. They didn't start until 1952, where it features Hoyt Wilhelm and this gentleman, Eddie Matthews, rookie cards. As much as people want to believe the 52 Mantle is not a rookie card, it's worth more, sure, but it is not a rookie card. So, I don't have any 52 Bowmans to show. Probably should have taken a couple out, but here we are. Like I said, I cannot show everything. But in 53, so, you know, Topps 52s, they keep chugging along. So 53, Topps and Bowman each put out their own set. Bowman put out a color set and a black and white set, but the color set is far superior. That's pretty much general opinion, and I'm not stating that as fact. Everything on my channel is my opinion and my opinion only. Both, you know, larger size cards, same dimensions. The 53 Topps set, pretty much all portraits painted, hand painted over from an original picture, and the Bowman color photos. You know, a lot just standing around and stuff. I mean, again, you want to look into the history of these sets, please do. But you know, they kept they put out their own set each. Excuse me. 54. They signed Mickey Mantle to an exclusive contract, so there is no 54 Topps Mickey Mantle. There's a 54 Bowman Mickey Mantle. There's a Ted Williams. Ted Williams signed with Topps for 54, but Bowman went ahead and put out his card anyway, so it's relatively short printed and fairly costly. I do not own one. Actually, Ted Williams in the 54 said twice, card number 1 and card number 250. He bookended the set. This card to me is criminally underappreciated even after his passing. Those of you who know me know I love that Hank Aaron rookie. 55. Mantle's still a Bowman exclusive. So no Bowman 55s to show. I mean, no top 55 Mantle to show. So the TV set, as it's called. The criminal. This is a Sandy Koufax, probably one of the better buys right now, if that's into the I word, if that's your thing. So, you know, after 55, Topps pretty much bought Bowman and killed the brand. And they got Mantle back and put out 56 Topps. And, you know, their monopoly went from, other than a brief stint in 63 from Fleer, which got shot down, ran until 1981 when Donruss and Fleer entered the picture. But, you know, in the meantime, they had a 69 Mantle. He's retired prior to this season starting. But they gave him a high number anyway, card number 500. There's a rare parallel. There's a rare variation I don't have, white letters. Again, look that up if that's something that interests you. But, you know, this was great because it featured his complete stats for his career, because he did not play in 69. So, and, you know, it kept chugging along. You know, 80 Henderson, you know, 85 Gooden. It's a cheap plug. On and on and on. You know, I did not bring out the... You ever have a day where you're just clumsy? Yeah, that's me today, and I had dropped the whole box of slabs. So there are a couple I wanted to show, but I just got frustrated and almost didn't make the video. But I felt this is important to get out there as a collector. to give you another viewpoint that you've probably heard a billion times, but thank you if you're paying attention to mine. So 2011 update, Trout, we all know Trout. 2018 Top Series 2 Ronald Acuna rookie card, otherwise known as Bet Down. Again, so it's almost reflex to buy this. The rookie selection is Kellenic pretty much, and that's it as far as hobby potential. But I bought it anyway, and I'm not alone in this. I get it. Maybe I'm an old dinosaur, and I'm not saying somebody is better than anyone else. I'm sure, I probably have more hobby knowledge than you, and you probably have more finances than I do. But, at the end of the day, when either of our bladders are full, we have to urinate. We're human beings. That's just how it is. So, 56, no more Bowman. Top starts football in 56, and that ran until 2015, consecutively without any breaks. We've got the Jim Brown rookie from the awesome 58 top set. The Tops even tried some weird stuff. They made some oversized cards, like this Namath rookie. And didn't go over very well. They made it in hockey as well. Didn't go over very well. In basketball, had it in 2 years, 69 and 70. Hockey was 55, 54, 50. No, that was 56, 7. I don't remember. I think it was. Anyway, something that probably should not be brought. This should not be brought back as a continuity type of product. Even the Mighty Tops, missed on Tom Brady, but since they owned Bowman, they had him in Bowman. And in 1989, they decided to bring back Bowman baseball as a oversized traditional dimension, as the original 53, 54. No, 54 was, 54, and then 55, then went to traditional size. But anyway, so they brought back Tops. Tops brought back Bowman. They owned Bowman because they bought him out, and they brought it back in 89 with Griffey. Just like the 89 Upper Deck Griffey is iconic. And then, that format's been released every year. Bowman, since 89, has been continuously released since then. For good or for bad, it's changed over the years. There are other brands that they've created and brought back and killed and whatnot. But tonight we're just talking about the basics. The meat and potatoes of collecting. You see Eddie Matthews from 52 Tops all the way up to that Bat Down, or actually to the update in this set, the Kellenic rookie. They're all connected. It's Topps flagship, which has been come to be called flagship because there's just so many brands. So a couple other footballs. Upper Deck. Going to talk more about them in a little bit. Just a fantastically underappreciated. I know he's in the sweats. I prefer. He doesn't have a lot of cards in pro uniform, ironically enough. But Upper Deck. We're going to talk about Upper Deck in a little bit. In 2016, Panini took over and has been the NFL card producer ever since, exclusively. But they've made NFL cards before, You know, this Prism line started in 2012. This stuff, you know. I mean, I don't have to repeat that. Yeah, we'll go with hockey. Why not? So yeah, Topps hockey started in '54. Kind of ran on and off, and then took a break, a couple years there, because somebody decided it was a good idea not to make cards. I know that's that's something that's wild to think about in today's world, but you know, Topps decided for basketball and hockey, nah, we're not going to make them. But we'll talk about basketball next. But hockey, so you've got, you know, you've got the Gretzky rookie, just a fantastic card that's gaining a lot of popularity now. You've got Lemieux, who is probably very underappreciated for what the absolute monster that he was on the ice. I mean, it's just probably the best hockey player I've ever seen play. Just, he did, you know, that season he had 199 points and he had 100 penalty minutes. You know, that's never going to happen again. But, so yeah, so Upper Deck took over hockey in, after the lockout 05-06 season. And other than a couple years, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, Panini had gotten a co-license with them and then lost it. The reason I believe they lost it is because they were unable to establish a flagship product. Even now, you know, people say, oh, well, Prism is their flagship product. Well, Prism is, we're going to talk about that with the basketball, but Prism is essentially a chromium product, but Prism doesn't have any non-chromium version, kind of like Topps and Topps Chrome does. We're going to talk about that in a second, but let's go over the hockey still. So Upper Deck established their flagship brand in 1990 with Upper Deck. These are both from the high number series. This is the start. These are amazing classic cards that have to be in any well-rounded rookie card collection of multiple sports. They're not valuable, but it really does not matter. So Bure and Fedorov. But they're young guns, and that's where the young guns started, but the format's changed. I'm not going to go into all of that, and I'm not going to show I have a BGS 9 Ovechkin that I can't find. It was one of the cards I was looking for when I dropped the box, but here's Sydney, part of that great 05-06 double class with Ovechkin in it. And, you know, young guns have come out every year since. Now in 99, 2000, or 2000, 2001, 99, 2000, Young Guns became more of a short print. It's still a base card part of the set, but it's a shorter print card. Danny Heatley comes to mind, and Kovalchuk comes to mind. And ever since then, it's been an annual thing, and they're very popular. You wouldn't think, you know, a base card with no fabric, no ink, no numbering would explode to what this you know, this is a comic card now. This McDavid PSA 10. But, you know, it's a base card, and traditionally, like you see, it's 201 is the number they'll give to the, because like from 201 to 250 is usually the Young Guns short prints. So basketball, like I mentioned with, probably should have had these in order, but here we are. Like I mentioned with the Namath, they tried some weird stuff. You know, 80 Topps basketball. These cards are perforated, and you were intended in 1980, you know, 41 years ago, you were intended to rip them into three, and he did. and he did not. In 1996, and Topps made basketball in 57, 8. Took a couple years off. They took a lot of years off. Then they brought it back in 69, 70 was when Kareem. But they took off the rest. There was Fleer in 61. A lot of the 60s decade didn't have basketball cards. But I know, and I get it. That's hard to believe. But in 96, they introduced Topps Chrome. And this was a retail-only product for basketball. I don't know if it was for baseball, too. But they made basketball, they made baseball, they made football in 96. They make hockey. I can't remember. No, they didn't make hockey. Again, it gets a little blurry. But, so, 96, this came out, 4-card pack, 24 count box. There were no blasters. It was just one retail format. And, that ran from 96. Of course, you've got the LeBron from 03. And that ran all the way until 2009 when they lost their license. So they when they lost their license, they kind of put these in with the regular Topps, just to have the product out. And then, so 2009, 2010, 11, they made Panini. After the 9-10 season, Panini became the exclusive producer of basketball NBA cards. And they tried, I don't have any out, but they tried to make a flagship product just called Panini, and it bombed. And then they started resurrecting things. They started resurrecting Donruss. Like they had Donruss 2010-11 Donruss, and then they didn't make it again until 14. And then in 16 they made Donruss, and then they made Donruss Optic, which is pretty much chromium version of Donruss. So people, they've got their flagship, but that's Donruss. That's not original. That they bought Donruss. Upper Deck owns Fleer now. Panini owns Donruss. So, in 2012, they came out with Prism. And those of you who know me know I love Prism. Etching is key. This is a base card. This is the rookie card. But even on the base card, you can see Charlotte and 23, it's etched. It's what's called etching. I should probably just do a video on etching. But that came out in 2012. It's been coming out every year since. 2013 was a big year because it had Giannis in it. And like I said, that's been coming out every year since 2012. So these are important things to me. Collecting is very important to me. And I just hope that, if you ever have any questions, I'm always glad to put in my 2 cents, or however you want to phrase it. It's just, I think it's important to not give up on these existing brands. I get it, you spend a lot of money on the exclusives for the next umpteenth years. I get it. But it's important to know how important tradition, continuity is. Because us collectors, we have to collect. That's what we do. Whether it's cards, comics, coins, records, books, magazines, bottle caps, I don't care what it is, we're going to collect. So the fortunate thing is there's a ton of stuff already out. We don't have necessarily need a brand new thing, the brand new shiny thing. We'd like to, but we don't necessarily need to. because there's going to be some, I don't own a 52 Mano. I never have. So if you decide to start everything over from scratch and I don't care for it, then, like I said, I don't own a 52 Mano. Maybe it's time to sell or save and get one. Again, there's just video games. You know all of this stuff. This is not news to you. But it's something that needs to be remembered going forward.